Hello everyone. I want to share a dream with you, and it was like one of the weirdest dreams I've ever had. So I was in the woods, Glenn and I, and our son, and we were walking along this very narrow path. And on each side were woods, like it was thick wood, and we were just walking and walking. And then we came to the end, and there was this like some kind of little barricade with little sticks at the end of this path, but it went up onto the road. But then I looked in the woods and I saw this little creature. The only way I can try to explain him or describe him is he looked like a little elf dwarf that had, like, if you remember that little boy on I Pet Goat, kind of like that, but his skin was like kind of like the color of bark. So anyways, I started singing the Lord to him. Like I was kind of like, Jesus is King, Jesus is Lord, God of power and might. And then a bunch of them popped out and they all got scared and ran away. But I kept singing because I knew, for some reason, I knew these little creatures or whatever they were would follow me. And then when I got back to the house, I realized my mother, who was passed on, as well as my grandmother, were both here. And Glenn fixed some kind of little, it looked like a little oval boat in a way, but not. And it was supposed to stand up. And he fixed it. And then my mom's like, "What did you do? That was your grandmother's prayer." So sorry about the squawky Blue Jays, guys, but that's just how it is. They are quite squawky. Anyways, so my mom said, "What did you do? Like that was your grandmother's prayer." And I said, "Oh, there is a prayer on that." So she wore it around her neck. So anyways, I looked out the window and there was all these little dwarf type elves sitting around a campfire, and I'm thinking, what in the heck is going on? So I opened the window up and I started singing again, and everything I could think of about Jesus, especially Jesus is King, Jesus is Lord, God of power and might, right? And so they all ran off. I knew they would if they were scared though, okay? I knew if they were demons they'd flee anyways. But this one little guy, he climbed up into the window and he touched my hand with his lips, and I thought he was gonna bite me, and I was gonna bite him back. I was gonna, like, quite literally bite him back, but something said, "No, don't bite him. He's not trying to bite you." And so I didn't, and this little, it felt like wood on my skin, kind of like his lips, like wood, the cross between wood and I don't know if you guys have ever seen a mudsucker, but they have great big lips, but that's what it felt like on my hand. And when I stopped, he said, "Master." And I said, "I'm not your master. Jesus Christ is your master. I'm no master." And he wanted to know all about Jesus, this little creature that looked like I said, the only closest description I would have of him is like that little boy on I Pet Goat. Anyways, then I didn't really let him in. He climbed in, but he thought I was his master. And when I told him, "No, I'm not your master, Jesus Christ is," and he wanted to know more about him, I woke up. So yeah, that was one of the strangest dreams I've ever had. If you guys have any insight onto that, I would love to know, because it was a pretty powerful dream. Because, again, the entirety, or half of it, I spent singing about Jesus. I was singing the words rather than speaking them. I love each and every one of you, and I pray you have a wonderful, blessed day, and our holy King Jesus bless you all.